Hey, we got some great news for you today. Finally, our first set of cabinets have arrived so far this morning. They actually got here before me. They were waiting for me for about a half hour. Oops. Hey, they told me 10 to 11, and I showed up here at just before 10, and they were waiting about a half hour already. So, hey, I'm going to turn the camera around and let's see what we've got here so far in our lovely little tiny kitchen remodel so far. So here is the base cabinet. What's up there, Usman? Yeah, first one in. That is correct. So we're just kind of dry fitting just to see what's going on here. But here, let me show you. All of the cabinets arrived today. And so this is how they usually come. They drop them off on the truck out front. And they're usually wrapped around in cardboard there. And Novus Nick finally checked in with us as well. So we got some more over here. And I've got all the long pieces way in the back in that bedroom there. But what we've got here is we're dry fitting here the base cabinet into the kitchen just to kind of see where it's going to go and to see how correct I was when I originally made my markings and measurements here on the wall. So I'm going to kind of scoot this guy over a little more right there so he lines up with his mark there. And Novus Nick says, it's been a very long time since I've done an install. Yep. You never forget it. It's kind of like riding a bike. So let me show you what this base unit looks like. Actually, I wish they would have made it without the back on it. And I'll show you why they did it this way. Because, see, they like to have the reinforcement strut there for structural support. And as it turns out, you remember I told you guys before, let me show you what the builder did. Originally with the cabinet here, they had the hot water pipe was like way over here, and then the cold water pipe was in this cabinet, which is stupid, see? So if you look down here, there's the hot water pipe, so it's supposed to come in here, and then the cold water pipe would come into the cabinet next to it. But we're going to move these two pipes over, like I told you folks last week on Friday's live stream when we did this here. So it just kind of shows you what's going to happen here with that. What I like about this is many of you have never seen something like this before. Maybe you have, but I like it when they give you maximum usage. There's no fake drawer there or anything, see? So there's going to be, the sink will go right here, okay? And the other thing we have to do is we'll have to drill the holes in the back. Now, I was nervous at first, like because of that strut. You see, because of the strut, I'm like, uh-oh, what if this pipe wants to go right where that thing is? But I checked it out, and as planned, they're going to be perfect. So the big drain pipe will go right here, and when we move the cold water, he'll go over here, and then this hot water pipe will get moved to the other side of the cast iron stack, and he'll go through there. So thank God that one mathematically worked out, because I've seen it before where people had to drill into that vertical support structure, right? So that's what we got there. And then Friday, I showed you how we had a soffit here above the cabinets, right? And the soffit, we tore it out because I figured we found out it was empty, right? So up there you can see where we tore it out, and it's now bare all the way up to the roof there. And you can see the line right there where it hung down, that 8 inches. So because we freed up that extra 8 inches, we're going to extend the drywall ceiling over to here. We have to fill in insulation in here, of course. And you see my green laser line up there on the wall? I have to put a ledger board that goes all the way across there so we can screw the drywall ceiling up into that ledger board there, right? And so once we do that, that will then make this drawing slightly obsolete. I guess that's the better word, obsolete, because these will now be 6 inches taller. All these cabinets get to be taller now. So we just gave ourselves a little bit more storage space there, probably to the tune of almost 9 feet by almost 1 foot. So I would say we gained an extra 9 square feet of linear storage space by doing that, okay? And now take a look at this side, folks. So we have the other cabinets over here, and true to our design right here, see, this is the base units for those. Now, let me show you. This is the perfect time to show you guys why we buy the cabinets that we buy And here's some of the reason. Now, if you remember, I did that live stream in Lowe's a couple of weeks ago, and I showed you guys all of the particle board cabinets, right? But see, these are multi-layer plywood. These are thick. These are like 3/4 inch plywood. This is solid wood all the way around. There's not an ounce of particle board in this entire and any of these cabinets. This company, JK, they only make like real wood. What's up there? MSV 777. And so let me show you some of the other reasons why we like this. So you see this? You have 4 of these brass metal corner brackets with 2 screws each. That's like rock solid. That's as good quality as you're going to get. And what I showed you in Lowe's 2 weeks ago was they'd have that little plastic piece of triangle plastic that 2 staples in there, like that's supposed to hold something together. So these guys have 4 of them. They've got them on all 4 of the corners here, right? And then the other thing I look for, and watch this closely as we pull out the drawer, just watch this. Watch what happens to the drawer, guys. Right there. Bam. Full extension to the back of the drawer, which is what I only specify in my cabinets. A lot of other cabinets, when you open up the drawers, they might stop like here, and you're left trying to reach or see blindly, because remember, you have a counter over this. So that's why we only specify this, like this, right? And then let me come around here to the brighter side to show you, this is what we look for in our drawers. You've seen me point this out a million times before. The dovetail connections, instead of the brad staples like you see at Home Depot or at Office Depot and all that when you buy the desks. So I have a desk at home from Office Depot that the front face has already fallen off, and I've tried gluing it and screwing it over the years, and it just won't hold. And our kitchen cabinets, same problem there. And Paul says, you got your hands full. Started my bathroom remodel today, stripping everything to the studs. And that's the best way to do it too, Paul, because once you get everything down to the studs, you can see everything that needs to be wrong. You can correct things. Okay, so watch this with the drawers. Soft close, baby. That's the other thing we always specify is soft close. And boom. No more slamming drawers. And let's take a look at the doors. Let's see how the door does. See, here you can tell there's the little shock absorber for the soft close. So I'll just shut the door there and watch this. Boom. See, it just does it all by itself. So then the other thing too is, remember, the shelves they give you are quality. That's all thick or pure wood. And right down to the details, folks. These are the little brackets that the shelves hang on when you stick them in the little pegboard holes there. Now, if you look, these are metal. They're not plastic like the other, like IKEA gives you, the cheapy plastic ones. And then not only that, when you stick these in there, see how it's got that Phillips head screw? So you can tighten it and they'll spread out. This thing will flare out, and these will not pop back out of those holes until you loosen it. And then see that little rubber piece on top? Not only do you get the rubber piece, but it's shaped like a suction cup. It's not flat like other companies give you. So this will actually suction to your shelf when your shelf sits down on it. So this is what I like. This is very quality here. So again, there's your look at the soft closed doors. Meow. And then just look at the quality of this workmanship here. These black lines you see here, this is called glazing. And on this type of door where they see how you have all of these intricate cutouts and routings and everything, the glazing really adds a classical look of just timeless classic here on these for sure. And yeah, so they do a great job constructing these. And you know what? You have a choice. You can buy these flat in the box or have them build them for you. And they only charge me $20 a box for building this. To me, that's way worth it. Because one time we tried to build, me and my buddy, we built like one of these base cabinets, and it took us 2 hours. These guys do it in like 10 minutes on one, That's how it works out. And Howie says, I just installed a turquoise kitchen. Best work I ever did. Cool beans. So I've got my new Milwaukee laser set up. This is the one that they announced at the 2020 pipeline. So I bought this at the Boca Raton Home Depot when it showed up in there about a month ago. And just kind of getting some first testing and usage of it. And we're going to be doing a tool review, of course, of this laser. But you can see with all the lights on and the sunlight shining in the door here, right? It's really bright in here right now. And I could still see that laser up on the wall really, really easily, And we will use this laser also later on as we start to lay down our base cabinets, and we'll have a nice, perfectly straight laser line going across. And that way, all we have to do is either, raise up or lower the cabinets to, shim them up or down to make sure that they follow our storyline just perfectly. And let's see. Oh, you put somebody in timeout already? It doesn't take long for the trolls to start coming in. So yeah, the other thing we found out by removing the soffit was, take a look up top here. Wait, where is it? There it is. So that's what it looks like up top there. And I drilled a little pilot hole right up there, as you can see. So that was a little pilot hole I drilled it to see what's going on in there, and all I could see was insulation. So we're going to run a wiring fish across the ceiling there, because we want to see if we can get across the ceiling and down the wall, so we can put another outlet right here. Boom. See that? So that's our goal for that. And actually, you know what? This is funny. I got this set last summer, guys, at Lowe's. I think during one of my live streams I showed you when these were being clearanced down from, like, I don't know, 50 or 60 bucks down to like, I think these were either 12 or 15 bucks. And so I bought them because they were getting rid of all of this style, and they have a new packaging now, which I don't like, because they're all stacked like horizontally. So now you can't see the sizes anymore, which stinks. So here's the mess here. And then over here, this is the 18-inch wide vanity. This is the base cabinet for the bathroom. And right now I'm having a hard time. I've been searching all over online trying to find an 18-inch wide vanity top with a sink already in it. Oh, I don't think this is it. No, I think that's another cabinet. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere in here. But anyway, so yeah, our challenge now is to get a vanity top with a bowl in it, or I have to find a bowl that I know will fit across 18 inches and take it to my granite guys, and they will make me a custom granite thing. The only thing is, if they have to do that, that's going to cost a couple of $100. So that's always the issue you deal with the granite, And so once we get everything attached to the walls, we'll call the granite guys in. They'll come in and template this right here, and they'll form their granite. We are going to tear this thing down. I'm leaving it up now because it's holding a fair number of my tools in there, and all my little hand tools and stuff. And then see on this side here, you can see it's just bleh. So this whole framed out thing is coming down, and it'll make the kitchen look more open and bigger and better. And then today what I'm going to do is I'm going to test my red heads here. See, so here I got my 4-inch, because what I'm going to do with the upper cabinets is I'm going to run one red head through the middle of each one of them, just to make sure we clear the concrete wall. And so here is our concrete wall, and I believe it's only like 3.5 inches thick. So I want to know that once we add our 2x4 furring strips and we redo the drywall right over it, and we drill through the stud and into the concrete, will this hold? So we're going to do some testing on this today, test drilling in a couple of spots over here. And so let me get you a better one here. Let me see. So the way these work is you drill a 1/2-inch hole, you stick this in there, and then you start ratcheting here with the socket wrench, ratchet, and it flares out the left end, which will cause it to stick in the wall. So that's what we're going to test today, our stack up on the thickness. See that right there? So we'll probably end up being somewhere in the middle of the wall like that, And you have to make sure you're meeting the minimum embedment inside the wall with that. So there's a little bit of engineering that you have to take into account there. And by the way, guys, we sold this stove today for 50 bucks. I put it on Craigslist on Friday, and it went 50 bucks. And Nerdy was asking, is that divider structural? Are you talking about this thing, or are you talking about the thing on the back of the cabinet? On the back of the cabinet, it probably is structural. because, see, and I wish that they probably would have made the sides go up to here and stop, and then make this one whole board all the way across. That way you're not relying on this guy for all of your downward forces, see? So, but it probably doesn't matter because you got these big side panels, one on either side, that's carrying all of the forces and stuff down the wall. And we have another panel that's going to go over here on the other side of the dishwasher, because your granite guys are going to want support too. The brown divider you are removing. Sorry. Which one am I moving? I don't know what he's talking about. The brown divider. Oh, that guy. This guy, is he structural? No, he's not. In fact, this whole kitchen, everything about this kitchen is all cement block, right? And so this was added after the fact by somebody at some point in time over the years. So this is not structural at all. So it won't be a problem. So we might try to see if the granite guys can extend the granite just a little bit out, almost like a bar, give you a little bit more of a serving area, a little bit more of a shelf area here. Yeah, the entrance to the room from the shelf side. Yeah. So none of this is structural. None of it. So there you have it. All right, so I just wanted to let you guys know everything that was going on here, the latest update. So hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you have any questions that were not answered, hey, be sure to leave them down in the comments below there, right? And we'll answer them as soon as we can today. And I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us today, and I hope you found this educational and helpful for you. And now you'll know what to look for when you buy cabinets there. And Novice Nick says it's not a double beam above the entrance. Well, we don't know. I mean, this is rock solid right up here. Here, let me flip the thing around and show you. This is rock solid right up here. Everything about it. I don't know why they built this house like this, but it just seems like everything here, all of these, even the internal walls. This is an internal wall, is cement block. That's the wall for the bathroom, right? Right on the other side of that wall, right there. There's the bathtub. There's all the pipes going into the wall for the sink. That's all cement block. So that's just the way they did some of these houses back in the day here. 1946 is when this was built here. All right, and then Slippery Slope says, when people say solid wood, I guess plywood. Yeah. I guess we use the term kind of loosely. I don't even know if they really have a true solid wood. I mean, it's always going to be some kind of layers of something, isn't it? I don't know. I've only seen the cabinets done like this, you know. And so, yeah, and it probably makes it stronger doing it this way too. When you have the, I know with the flooring, when they do it, they do the layers 90 degrees opposite from each other, each layer, which makes it even stronger. That's called engineered flooring. Alrighty, so thank you so much for joining us today, folks. You guys have a great, productive day, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.